Uh, Middle and review Terminator Guardian of Light. It's good. I liked it. Um, I don't really have much else to say, so I'm just gonna move on to the beginning, middle, and end review of Terminator Temple of Osiris, which is the sequel and the end of the Legacy series. It's not as good. It tried to be open world, but it wasn't a good open world. But it was still enjoyable. Once again, not really much more else to say. Uh, so, yeah. This Twitter as of 16 to 9 p.m. on Thursday, the 26th of May, 2022. Rest in peace, Ray Liotta. He played the guy from Goodfellas. I'm trying to remember, is Tommy Vercetti the name of the character in Goodfellas? I don't remember. And like the only other thing I know he's in is GTA Vice City, I think. But he was like really cocky during recording that because he thought he was better than that. Did he have a video game? Because video games are for amateurs. But no disrespect to the dead. Oh yeah, I heard about that. I think TF2 is just like overflooding with bots or whatever. Alright, yeah, I forgot about his private select honey from the B movie. You're voting out. These people are bad because they are responsible for the shootings. No. Yeah, but homeschooled kids are weird though. Cartoon Network Studios seeks a character designer for Jessica's Big Little World. Just when I thought I was out. My bad, fellas. The sus is on the comic on my website. I'm I'm confused. So I took a look at his website and I couldn't find anything. Like I thought that he drew Mogus. Uh, but it was only on his website that it was in it. But nope, I don't see any differences between the version on his Twitter and the version on his website. Anyway, oh, love, weren't you? That bloke beat the living piss out of me, depressed mum last week. Shanked all her pets and nicked all her stuff, then just slapped her by even harder when I called to tell you to piss off. Save me, that was funny crap. Yeah, she's been proper sad since Dad effed off and to go shag himself in it. Wanna help me run some errands? By the way, you're kind of fit. I'm pretty sure this character is voiced by Amy Fionn Edwards, but I can't do a Welsh accent. What's the one place in the UK that's simply not worth visiting? England. Which of these people would you pick to be your lawyer if you had to pick one? Donald Trump 18%, Kamala Harris 4%, Hillary Clinton 24%, Rudy Giuliani 53%. I would have said Hillary. Good plan, she could make witnesses vanish. The word chief will no longer be used in reference to job titles in the San Francisco Unified School District in an effort, school officials said, to avoid the word's connotation with Native Americans. What are we going to call Master Chief now? Actually, I didn't finish that. Replacement term has not been determined. probably doesn't mean a person. It's not like Scots have had clan chiefs for 1,000 years. We will have the power to change this, and well, in the UK, we banned handguns and high-powered rifles after school shooting in 1996. As a result, these events never happened here. Do not understand why your great country cannot see reason on this. How does disarming law-abiding citizens stop criminals? You're seriously asking how getting rid of guns actually stops people being killed by guns? That's a question there really is no hope for US children. How do you get rid of the guns when they are purchased illegally? Also, most guns held by criminals were stolen from legal owners. Gun ownership was a significant predictor of firearm homicide rates. For each percentage point increase in gun ownership, the firearm homicide rate increased by 0.9%. I'm not going to get into this stat debate because I have stats that say otherwise, so we can be here all day. What happened to if it just saves one life 2 years ago? The left were okay making people not work, but you don't want people to defend themselves. Trouble is, USA is the only country where mass killings happen because so many people have access to guns. You don't need to defend yourself in UK, EU with a gun. Well, actually, we're not even the top country with the most mass shootings or most gun crimes. Also, UK doesn't even have free speech, so why would we go backwards? UK doesn't have free speech? Nope. Multiple cases of comedians getting tickets or arrested for jokes. You give me 3 examples of a comedian getting arrested for telling a joke. Hi. Which country have a list for the UK and a list for Canada? Even Marcus, who made his pug do a Nazi salute, was arrested and charged in Germany. What? Also, why are you responding to me? Go write an article, you sad excuse for a journalist. Wait, is that true? You were convicted in Germany? Never heard of this. No, it wasn't. Scotland. I think that guy just got things mixed up. Also, Lenny Bruce and George Carlin were pretty infamously arrested for jokes they made. Also, Mike Ward getting fined $3 bajillion for making someone feel sad for 3 minutes. Marcus. There are your 3 examples. That guy's not a comedian. Really? Well, he's posted stand-up a couple times on his YouTube, and it's funny. Like, it's hilarious. And look, there's him doing stand-up. That's definitely a different place. That's one of the ones that he's uploaded on his YouTube. That's the second one, the Christmas one. He did one for that, and there's another place. There's 4 examples. Cope harder. Just waiting for the inevitable. I said comedian, not internet troll. That's always their first to go. Like clockwork. Journalists have such a god complex, they actually think that someone isn't a comedian just because they said so. Here's a headcam angle. Well, if you actually see the videos, like the one, the place that he uploaded on YouTube. Both places that were on his YouTube were at a comedy club called Comedy Unleashed, and there were a lot of people there, and you could see in the video that there are quite a lot of people there. When you watch it, you do hear a lot of laughing. You know, it's not coming from just a couple of people, it's coming from a lot of people. All those shows were sold out. You can put a chicken on a stage and call a comedian, still doesn't make it a comedian. The arbiter of comedy council, half spoken. Then what decides if someone is a comedian or not? Enlighten us. You have to get an answer to this question from the you're not a comedian crowd. It's been years.
See, I think you're an Nazi.
That's great. I think you're a prick.
See, I think you're...
Everything I know about Marcus comes from 2016 headlines. Crowd have come out in the middle of filming, so I'll just refer you to this video. Ah yes, the big 4 UK comedy venues. An office, a village hall, a small free-thinking comedy club, 4 your parents' living room with all the furniture pushed over the one side. You're clearly very successful. Congratulations. 2 of them are King's College. One of them is the Polish Centre, since they can seat over 600. And the other one is one of the most popular comedy clubs in London. Also did Conway Hall, all sold out. The sheer cope from the funniest band crowd is astonishing. Hey, you guys might remember Conway Hall. It was the birthplace of Britain's liberal movement. You know, the stuff you all pretend to believe in. But I don't want him to be a comedian. Don't you have to be able to make people understand why something is funny to be a comedian? Here you're admitting that you aren't qualified. I bet people laughed when you told them you want to be a comedian, etc., etc., etc. I didn't need to read Marcus's people are taking this seriously and not understanding why the situation was funny. Tweet, they understand that it was comedic and it was funny. So your dunk was to link a tweet where over 10k people got the joke and it just got annoyed at the few people who didn't. That was your dunk. Hey, when you're selling out 500 plus seat shows, you let me know. Maybe people will pay to listen to you line about Bojo. Didn't realize snowflakes would come in the shape of a swastika, and yet here you are. Sorry if I touched a nerve though. Honestly thought a comedian would be able to take a bit of a joke. LMAO, it's 2022 and the leftists are still calling people a Nazi when their tiny minds can't think of a comeback. No wonder the Tories keep winning. I'll have Marcus on stage at one of my shows anytime.